Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into a global powerhouse that honestly just flies under the radar way too often. We're talking about a complete aerospace ecosystem, one of the most sophisticated on the planet, all thriving in a place you might not expect. So, let me just ask you this. When you think of the big names in aerospace, who comes to mind? The US, right? Maybe France, Russia? Well, what if I told you one of the heavyweights is a country you probably know better for its incredible culture, for samba and soccer? Yep, Brazil. It's not just a cultural giant, it is, without a doubt, an aerospace giant. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how they pulled it off. All right, let's get into it. Here's our flight plan for this explainer. First up, we'll get the lay of the land. Just how big a player is Brazil, really? Then we'll zero in on the absolute heart of it all, the manufacturing titan Embraer. After that, we're going to take a tour of the airports that connect Brazil to the world. We'll also see where all the brilliant minds come from. And then, the best part, we'll see how all these pieces fit together. So, first things first, let's get one thing straight. Brazil's success in the aerospace world didn't just happen by accident. Nope. This is the result of a very deliberate, very smart, long-term plan that weaves together manufacturing, amazing infrastructure, and a top-tier education system. It's a complete package. Now, let's talk about the engine that drives this entire system, Embraer. You really can't talk about Brazilian aerospace without talking about this company. It's the face of the industry, and for a very, very good reason. And listen, with over 55 years under its belt, Embraer is no small operation. This is a massive global player that's firing on all cylinders. They've got four main pillars. They build commercial jets you've probably flown on, they make these incredible executive jets, they're deep into defense and security, and they provide services and support all over the world. And this quote, this really gets to the core of who they are. They're not just building planes for today, their eyes are on the horizon. They're literally trying to shape how all of us will get around in the future. It's a huge vision. So what's their secret sauce? Well, it really boils down to two things. On one hand, they are obsessed with leading-edge manufacturing. They're a benchmark for what's called Industry 4.0. But on the other hand, they have this relentless focus on their customers, always listening, always adapting, and always providing rock-solid support. That combination is just incredibly powerful. Okay, so here's the thing. You can build the most amazing airplanes in the world, but if they have nowhere to go, what's the point? And that brings us to the next critical piece of this ecosystem, Brazil's fantastic airport infrastructure. And what's so smart is how they've divided things up, especially in São Paulo. You've got Guarulhos, or GRU, which is the massive international gateway to the world. It's the hub for all the big long-haul flights. And then you have Congonhas, CGH, which is the absolute workhorse of the domestic network, keeping the country connected and business moving fast. It's this 1-2 punch that makes their air system so efficient. And just get a load of this number. Over 43 million people passed through Guarulhos in 2024. I mean, to put that into perspective, that's more than the entire population of countries like Canada or Argentina. It's just massive, making it the busiest airport in Brazil and the second busiest in all of Latin America. You know, a table like this tells such a cool story. It's not just a list of destinations. Look at it. You've got Santiago and Buenos Aires knitting the continent together. Then you have Miami, Lisbon, and Madrid. These are the bridges connecting Brazil to North America and Europe. This is a map of Brazil's global ties, and GRU is right at the center of it all. So we've got the planes, we've got the airports. But what about the single most important ingredient? The people. You absolutely cannot have a thriving, innovative industry without a steady stream of brilliant minds. And that's where Brazil's educational system really shines. Let me introduce you to a city called São Carlos. It's earned this awesome nickname, the capital of technology, because it's just this incredible hub for research and education. And at its core is the São Carlos School of Engineering, which is part of the legendary University of São Paulo. And this place isn't just a school. It's a factory for geniuses. We're talking 10 different engineering degrees, including a super specialized one in aeronautical engineering. It's already trained over 10,000 professionals and has more than 50 different research groups. This place was practically built to create the next generation of aerospace leaders. So you see how this works, right? It's this perfect, direct pipeline. Talented students enroll, they get world-class training in exactly what the industry needs, they graduate as these highly qualified engineers, and they step right into key roles at companies like Embraer. It just feeds the whole system.
Okay, so we've seen the manufacturer, we've seen the infrastructure, and we've seen the talent pipeline. Now let's zoom out one last time and put all the pieces together to see this beautiful machine in action.
And this right here is the main takeaway. This is the magic. None of these parts are successful on their own. Embraer builds incredible planes, which creates the need for world-class airports. The airports need tons of skilled people to run them. And the universities pump out that exact talent, which flows right back to Embraer and the airports. It's a perfect self-reinforcing loop, a virtuous cycle.
So, by tying together manufacturing, infrastructure, and education so tightly, Brazil has built one of the most complete and resilient aerospace ecosystems in the entire world. The foundation is rock solid. So the only real question left is, with all these pieces in place, how is this powerhouse going to tackle the next great challenge, the future of sustainable flight?